Hello everyone, and welcome to this EC Aquatics video. So behind me right over here is my pond in my backyard, and as you can see, it looks quite empty. Right now in the pond there is one koi and 3 goldfish, and in a pond of about 700 gallons, that is very, very little. And so, as you can see, the pond looks quite barren all the time. You can see the koi and goldfish swimming around sometimes, but there is not much action in here at all, ever. And I want to add more fish to this pond, so I'm going to head off to my local fish store and pick out some more fish. So this pond is 10 feet long, 6 feet wide, and about 2 feet or so deep. Makes it about 600 to 700 gallons, somewhere in that kind of range. And other than the goldfish, there's a whole bunch of frogs in here, like that one sitting on the filter there. And they've also produced a ton of tadpoles. I mean, there's just hundreds of them in there. And then in terms of fish, I've got my koi, I've got 3 goldfish and 2 very, very fat minnows that were bought as rosy reds but ended up not being rosy reds because they are like 4 inches long and dark gray to black. And then also in this pond I've got a whole bunch of plants. As you can see, they're all native to the mid-Atlantic region of the US, and I really like the jungly look that this gives. This also gives the fish a place to hide, and it keeps the water cooler and filters the water really well. But it also helps obscure the fish, so it makes the pond look even emptier. And the fish love to hide in their cave, which is right down there as well. So I'm going to head to the store right now, and I'll show you guys exactly what they've got, and then show you what I end up picking up. Alrighty, so I am back from the store with what I have acquired right here. I got 1 koi and then 2 comets. So I got a Sarasa comet and just a regular orange comet. I think this is a good number of fish to add at a time. It won't raise the bio load too much, while also being a good number of fish added into the pond. And I'll be getting more fish as well later this summer as well, because I can definitely add more to this pond before it becomes fully stocked. And as you saw in that B-roll, House of Tropicals had a good selection of goldfish and koi, as they always do in the early summer and late spring, which is when I'm filming this. I'm always quite happy with their selection and their prices. So it took actually a long time for me to come to a decision as to what I was going to get, because they had a lot of choices, as you saw on all that B-roll that I just rolled earlier. So these guys are not going into the pond just yet. I am going to quarantine them because I don't want to introduce any kind of new diseases into the pond. These guys all look healthy, but just in case, I am going to quarantine them because I have the facilities to. Instead, for the time being, they're going to go into this 100-gallon tub that I've got. I'm not filling it up all the way just so they don't jump out. And there'll be plenty of room for them in here to go through their quarantine. So they'll be in here for about 4 weeks. Instead of just leaving it bare, I had some extra rocks, so I built them a little cave for them to be able to go hide in. I think they will quite enjoy being able to duck out of the way and escape if they ever need to, and and go hide. So that'll give them a sense of security, which is good. So I'm now going to leave these guys to float here and acclimate to the temperature for about a half hour before I let them in. And don't worry, I am running filtration on this thing. The filtration I'm using is my homemade canister filter that I built last summer. I made a full video on this. If you are interested, I'll pop up a card to it. So this filter is fully cycled. It's been running on my pond for pretty much the last year. So it is good to go. Tons and tons of beneficial bacteria in there. So making this pond, or this little tub, fully cycled for these goldfish. Alrighty, so it's been about half hour, 45 minutes or so, and these guys are now fully acclimated. So the temperatures are now fully matching, and I am now going to let them into their quarantine pond. Got all 3 fish in the net, and there they go into their temporary home. So I'm going to let them settle in for the next day or two, and then come back and give you guys an update on how they are doing before leaving them in a quarantine for a couple of weeks, and then showing you guys me letting them into the pond in about a month. So it's been several weeks since I bought the goldfish and koi from the store, and they have now finished their quarantine. So I'm now going to let them into their forever home. So as you can see, they are in here, and as you saw, one of the goldfish just went underneath the cave. Got another goldfish right there playing in the filter flow, and then there's the koi as well darting around. So all 3 of them are doing perfectly fine. So they've been in here, I think, for a month or so, and there's been no issues whatsoever with them. So I feel confident in moving them over. They've been eating well. There's no signs of any kind of illness with them. They look perfectly healthy. So they have finished their quarantine, and now I am going to pull them out and move them over. Alrighty, got goldfish number 1. It's the Sarasa comment. There he goes. Alrighty, so now I caught the orange comet. And there he goes. And finally, the koi. This guy was by far the hardest to catch. He even tried to jump out of the net a couple of times. But there he goes. There's the orange one you just saw at the beginning of that clip. And I guess the 3 of them are going to settle down in here. And hopefully I'll see them again tonight, and I can give you guys an update on them. But I'm certain they're going to do really well in here. There's the fish that are already established in here, and they will start schooling together in no time at all. And you've got just plenty of hiding spaces. Oh, there's the orange one. So many hiding spaces in here. I've got the cave. There's just tons and tons and tons of plants and all sorts of places to hide. So they're going to settle in very nicely in here. I have no doubt about that. Oh, yep, there's the koi as well, with the orange goldfish swimming around. So yeah, it looks like they're settling in quite nicely already. And if you guys want an update on these guys, in a few days I will post a short. I just don't have enough time between transferring them and having to post this video. This is being filmed the evening before this video goes up. So I will post a short detailing their how they're doing in a few days. So if you don't want to miss that, then hit the subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss when I post that, so you guys can continue on these guys' journey. I will continue posting updates of this pond all summer long, so you guys can see how these guys are growing all summer. So and if you're adding in fish just like this into an established aquarium or pond, I always recommend quarantining. I've had issues in the past that I've now learned from when I didn't quarantine fish and they ended up spreading diseases to established tanks. So I would always recommend quarantining. Now, even these big fish like goldfish and koi, if you're getting them, you don't need a 100-gallon tub or a 50-gallon tub or whatever. If you have like a 20-gallon tank or a 30-gallon tank or something like that, for a couple of weeks, for a couple of goldfish, it will be fine. There will be no issues in keeping them in there for just a couple of weeks while they make sure that they don't have anything. But I definitely recommend quarantining, because if you don't, they may develop something, and this just takes that stress away and takes that potential issue away. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all in the next one.